Alright guys, I'm back with an update video here. So this weekend I'm going to be trying to get this car running and driving, hopefully. That's my goal. If it'll happen, probably not, because there's quite a bit of work left to do, but I'm going to try. Here's a gauge cluster I bought for it. It's cheaper to get all three than just water and oil pressure, so I got voltage too, I guess, so whatever. I'm going to be bending, that center's bent, I'm going to bend that straight, bend that lip straight, and then get tires mounted on these, hopefully. Battery box, I decided to go with this one. It's got the lid up top. The switches are right on the side, which is why I went with using this one, because push-pull shifter not having a center bar, and it'll sit somewhere in here so the driver can reach it. Start the car. It's got two larger batteries in there. I need to go through and kind of clean some of the wiring up. One of these switches arced at one point in time, so I'm going to make sure that does not happen again. Steering column, so I'm going to use this upper portion. This U-joint will get cut off. This U-joint will get cut off there, and then this will be the top U-joint, and then I need to go get the lower portion from outside, or the lower U-joint. It's pretty much the same thing. It's a factory spline portion welded to the U-joint, but I'll probably cut these ends off so they don't interfere with the frame. And I need to cut that little nipple off the steering box shaft. I got the 4-point harness here, and I'll get that installed as well. So, oh yeah, fuel cell. I got the fuel cell out. This is a tank that will be going into the car. I don't even know how much fuel it holds, probably 10 gallon-ish, more, I don't know. But got that, gonna get as far as I can today. I don't know if I'll do the tires today or what, but I need to get once the battery box is in, because that thing's stupid heavy, I'll get that in, put where I want it, and then I'll make a little bracket deal for the icebox tranny cooler, and then I'll see what I have to build to make the fuel tank work, and then I'll start in the column. But for right now, I think I'm going to start on these rims, getting them straightened, and then so whenever I'm ready to put tires on there, I can do that. So I'll put you guys up on time lapse and get to work. There we go. Got the center straightened. Got that lip really, really good compared to what it was. I'll probably take a flap disc before I mount these. And so the center had to get trimmed out on these, and then was the wrong bolt pattern. So I'm going to take washers when I snug the rims on there and weld around the washers to beef the rim itself up. And I'd like to try and get it welded out here to the slip. And running these little golf cart tires, they should never get hit anyways, but that's how I'm going to do it. So see that they're a little bent, but I mean, I don't know. That doesn't take me very long to do. That one was way in there before, but so yeah, I'll get them mounted sometime today, hopefully. So I think right now I'm going to work on getting the battery box inside the car. So this is going to be a real fight, but All right, guys, as you see, I'm just getting things kind of, oh, training cooler's leaking, but I'm just getting things kind of set up to where I feel comfortable in the car, making sure I can reach the switches easily. And I don't want the tranny cooler. It's just an ice box, copper coil ice box. One thing with this, since, you know, I'm not using high pressure like hydraulic style line, I want to make sure that these face away from me at all times. So in case one of the lines pops off and it's not pushing hot tranny fluid on me. I got new lines to go all the way up there, but I'll route them on the outside and then go forward. So yeah, that's just one thing I do, is I just make sure I feel comfortable in the car. I can reach everything. I'm not gonna be like, if it dies, I'm not gonna not be able to reach the starter, push button, you know, all that stuff. So right now I'm going to take some small square tubing and build a little holder for this. It'll be like a square bottom and then 2 uprights that will weld to the seat bar, and then I'll have a little tie-on point for small ratchet strap to go around to hold that there. And maybe I'll even have one on the bottom for when you're running. You can put a strap over top so you don't have to worry about the top or the lid coming off. So I'm going to get to building that right now. So I'll try and show you that the best I can. Alright guys, as you see, I just made a simple square base. I got 2 half chain links for the ratchet straps to tie down to, and then I built 2 legs to go up and weld to the seat bar. So it'll just get ratchet strapped to it in case it flexes, because it is sitting on the floor there. So I'm gonna wait till that cools down before I put the tranny cooler in there. This is where it's gonna go, but I might wait to bolt it. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is figure out how wide I need to make my tank mounts, and I think I'm just gonna use angle iron pads so I can bolt it to it, you know, because all that angle iron's the wrong way. I wanted to keep that angle iron in there for structure on that tank protector to help flex, but I think the bottom of the tank will be mounted to the top of like where that tubing is. And I'd like to just get the mounts in there and wait to put the tank in until like I have my seat welded. I guess I should mock it up first to make sure the seat will clear it. But so I'll do that, and then I'll probably do the seat, battery box, harness, and then I think after lunch sometime, if I am not working, I'll start building this. So this is an old top we got out of a car. I'm gonna cut the old U-joint off, and then this U-joint right here, because the end's worse than that one. So I'll cut the ends of this U-joint off, and that'll go there. This will be the bottom U-joint that goes to the steering box, and then I'll cut this plastic off and use the factory slide portion so the steering column slides. But that is going to be kind of tedious, and I need the seat mounted first. I'm going to set it kind of how I'm comfortable, but the lower bracket on the seat is going to still be able to move. So if somebody's shorter than I am or likes to sit closer to the steering wheel, the seat will be able to go forward, and then all you'll have to do is add a piece of material behind the seat so the seat don't break. So I guess I'll get to measuring for mounting points on the tank, and probably test fit it, I guess, drill holes and all that stuff, and then pull it back out, and then I'll do my seat and all that stuff. So I might pull the seat out now so I get easier access to that. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Alright guys, got that done. I just need to drill 2 holes in this one for that side, and those 2 pieces of angle iron are on that side. So tank mount should be good. I tried to kick the back up a little bit to kind of make it more level, but I might drill those holes quick and then maybe put the tranny cooler in. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next, but yeah, I'm gonna drill those holes. Probably won't record it because it's just drilling 2 holes, but I'll let you guys know what I'm gonna do next. So alright guys, I ended up test fitting the trans cooler. It's a little close, but I think it'll be alright. And then I got the little fuel pump mount bolted to the tranny cooler mount thing, so it'll just be a little clicky clacky fuel pump, whatever, just some cheap little things. And I'm not sure if I'll run the fuel line over with the trans lines or how I want to do that yet. I don't necessarily want it sitting on the floor in case the slider jumps rope or something, but I guess, yeah, that'll probably be it for this morning. So I think I'm gonna try and mount these tires here after lunch, and I guess we'll go from there. I need to build that steering column. I got the seat set in here kind of how I want. I'll be able to weld the front too. I'll need a spacer on this side, but I'll be able to weld it in pretty good, and it'll still have a bunch of travel forward for however people like to sit in these cars. But alright guys, got these tires mounted, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried to mount a 20-inch tire on 14-inch rims, but it's not fun. But got them mounted, so I'm gonna put those in the back and then get started on something. Probably, I think what I might do to start off with is do the bottom 2 harness seat belts for now, because I'll be able to take the seat out and drill this one easier, and then I'll put the seat back in and figure out what type of mount I want for the top of the harness, and then I'll weld the seat in, and then I'll either start on the push-pull or steering. I'm not sure. And I've got a buddy coming to help me fix that. So, alrighty, I'm gonna swap rear tires now, so. Okay, this axle is loose, so I tightened it up. Got this rim on. This rim is still bent, so I'll need to straighten the center out a little bit, but that'll be good enough for a test drive. So now I'm going to start on the seat belt. Get the seat belt in, and then weld the seat in, and just keep on keeping on. So, alright guys, I did a little bit of tinkering. I got the seat welded in. I mean, I just didn't want to bore you guys with that little bit of stuff. Welded there, up front, and then had to add a little spacer there, and that one's welded directly to the floor. Got the 2 bottom belts in. I need to tighten them yet. And then I built this piece off the back, or off the tank protector gusset, and that's at the, I'm letting it cool down for a second before I bolt that on there. But got that done, so now I think it's time for what I've been dreading, is building the steering column. I'll set you guys up time lapse, and pretty much I'm gonna cut this plastic off, cut the ends off. This U-joint I'm gonna cut back a little bit more so it's clean, trim these sides off, cut that one off, and then cut that U-joint off and clean it up. So I'm gonna get to work on that. Alright guys, all I did there is I tacked everything up, the factory slide, got the U-joints cleaned up, and just kind of sat in there and make sure the length was okay, because I want to have a lot of slide for when it bellies. I'll have to cut some more firewall out, but I think it actually worked out pretty good, so I'm going to pull it back out and fully burn it together. Alright guys, this is what I came up with. Welder had some porosity, but whatever. So that back nut here is to keep it out of park. I ended up, it's just a electric fence post. I drilled a hole, and it's where a little cotter key will go. So forward will be forward, back will be reverse, no park. That's park lockout. And then I'm not gonna cut this to length yet, or I'm gonna see how it fits in the car first. So I'm gonna trim the floor out on that and get to putting it in there. Alright guys, got the push-pull shifter in there. Made this little bracket here to hold it, kinda, and I don't know, so it can move and stuff. Made the handle, put a little gusset on the corner, cut the floor out so hopefully it don't hit it. So that's that, and I think we might get started on the clip, not sure yet, but Alright guys, got the 2 core support all threads in. I still need to push the bottom of the core support down because it's still real high. I'll do that next, and then put the forks on the bumper and pull the core support out because I do not have a lot of radiator clearance right now. And then I think we'll lift the front up, turn it sideways, and hook a chain fall to the fender to try and straighten it, to hopefully get the center down, straighten the fender out a bit. So I'll put you guys back on the time lapse. Alright guys, got this fender pulled out. Hood's halfway straightened and on. I'm not very happy with it, but I don't really have any other hoods right now. So got the core support spacers in. I got a little bit of work to do to them yet, but just getting it mocked up. So gonna start on the trunk now. Gonna cut the trunk lid off. Just gonna cut the trunk lid off right here. And then beat the quarters in both sides, dish the trunk lid down, speaker deck, dish it all down, and then roll everything up. Alright guys, got the trunk pulled up, dish down. That's probably where I'm going to leave it. 9 wired up, quarters pushed in. So I think that'll be it for tonight. I'll keep updating you guys tomorrow.